Hello. Good evening. It is day 149 of reading the Bible in a year. That was a little fast. It is day 149 of reading the Bible in a year. And it is the second reading of 4 for tonight. And I've just read one version of Joash repairing the temple and then betraying the temple. Person who acted like a father and a teacher for years. And I'm going to read another version of it. Right, let's start reading. 2 Kings chapter 12. Jehoash repairs the temple, also known as Joash. In the 7th year of Jehu, Jehoash became king and reigned 40 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Zibiah from Beersheba. Jehoash did what was right in the sight of the Lord all the days in which Jehoiada the priest instructed him. But the high places were not taken away again. And the people still sacrificed and burnt incense on the high places. And Jehoash said to the priests, all the money of the dedicated gifts that were brought into the house of the Lord, each man's census money, each man's assessment money, and all the money that a man possesses in his heart to bring into the house of the Lord, let the priests take it themselves, each from his constituency, and let them repair the damages of the temple, wherever any dilapidation is found. He's a 7-year-old kid. Now, it was so by the 23rd year of King Jehoash that the priests had not repaired the damages of the temple. So King Jehoash called Jehoiada the priest and other priests and said to them, well, he's not 7 years old now. Why have you not repaired the damages of the temple? Now, therefore, do not take any more money from your constituency, but deliver it for repairing the damages of the temple. And the priests agreed that they would neither receive more money than the people, nor repair the damages of the temple. Then Jehoiada the priest took a chest, bored a hole in its lid, and set it beside the altar, on the right side as one comes into the house of the Lord. And the priests who kept the door there put there all the money brought into the house of the Lord. So it was, whenever they saw that there was much money inside the chest, that the king's scribe and the high priest came and put it in bags, and counted the money so that was found in the house of the Lord. Then they gave the money which had been apportioned into the hands of those who did the work, who had oversight in the house of the Lord, and they paid it out to the carpenters and the builders who worked on the house of the Lord, and to the masons and the stone cutters, and for buying timber and hewn stone, to repair the damage of the house of the Lord, and for all that was paid out to repair the temple. However, there were not made for the house of the Lord basins of silver, trimmers, sprinkling bowls, trumpets, any articles of gold or articles of silver from the money brought into the house of the Lord. But they gave that to the workmen, and they repaired the house of the Lord with it. Moreover, they did not require an account from the men into whose hand they delivered the money to be paid to the workmen, for they dealt faithfully. How did they know? The money from the trespass offerings and the money from the sin offerings was not brought into the house of the Lord. It belonged to the priests. Hazael threatens Jerusalem. Hazael, king of Syria, went up and fought against Gath and took it. Then Hazael set up his face to go up to Jerusalem, and Jehoash king of Judah took all the sacred things that his fathers Jehoshaphat and Jehoram and Ahaziah, the kings of Judah, had dedicated, and his own sacred things, and all the gold found in the treasures of the house of the Lord, and in the king's house, and he sent them to Hazael king of Syria. Then he went away from Jerusalem. Death of Joash. Now the rest of the acts of Joash, spelt Jehoash earlier in the chapter. Now the rest of the acts of Joash and all that he did, are they not written in the books of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? And his servants arose and formed a conspiracy, and killed Joash in the house of Millo, which goes down to the Silla. For Jozachar the son of Shimeath, and Jehozabad the son of Shomer, his servants, struck him, so he died. And they buried him with his fathers in the city of David. Then Amaziah his son reigned in his place. There are some differences between that. Because they said that he was not buried in... they did not bury him with his fathers. And they say that the word of the Lord is infallible. I mean, the Old Testament is more of a history book. You can get some really good lessons from it. And there's prophecies in there as well. And it's like some people will hate this, will hate me for saying this. It's like the fairy tales. But also, it's like history books. Yeah. Because for a lot of ancient people's history, it's not written properly because they didn't have written articles before a certain time, so it was by word of mouth. It was spread from generation to generation. And when they started writing things down, some people exaggerated things, some people said something different to other people. Yeah, it was definitely interesting, to say the least. Yes. I mean, if you look at the British royal history from around the time of the Vikings, it's all very who said what and not very concise, something like that. And as the centuries go on, you get stuff written down more, and not exaggerated as much. And then you get into like proper set recorded history. And that's when it stops becoming, that's when it stops being more like legends and fables and more like actual history. Because a lot of history and a lot of human history is down to interpretation and who you talk to about it. Yes. And so I will finish there for that reading, and I will see you in the next reading where I am reading Psalm number 50.